Oh, it's Hangout. It's live.
We're
Oh,
live,
hello.
Hello.
Yeah, I haven't started on the thing yet.
No.
And I forgot to put a shirt on. I think I'll do that now.
There we are. Welcome to Three Old Dudes, everybody. Hemmingford Gray, My Argonauts, who is here with us.
Yay!
Comments. And Lucas and Frederick and anybody else who happens to be watching who hasn't commented yet.
As is mine, funnily enough.
Oh, bollocks.
Mine's been super slow for like last couple of days. After I got it fixed last time.
Sorry.
Yeah, I'm going to hold out on that for a bit.
But the NSA does now know the color of your underpants. There we go. Thing. Go. The fuck? Sounds like it's like some sort of like something you get on in Thailand. That was
Okay.
That was the technical part of the show is now over. Normal service will now be resumed. So, Jason.
Yes. Good evening,
Topics.
all. Topics. All right. Let's talk about. Well, I'll tell you some things that are going on in Japan, and you guys can chime in.
Mm-hmm. That sounds good to me. Have they got rid of Abe yet?
That's right, Abe. Not Honest Abe, but a different one. We recently had the 70th anniversary of the dropping of the bomb on Hiroshima, which is obviously big news here. And they've decided that they're going to spend, the government, under Abe, about 10 million yen, which is not a huge amount of money, but it's pretty big, to train people to be. Let me get the exact thing from the paper here. Memory keepers.
Oh.
So these people are going to listen to the few survivors that are left of things that happened in Okinawa or in Nagasaki or Hiroshima, and remember and train to how to tell the stories to the next generation. Which I think is interesting, but we have this technology now called video cameras. I really, come on. Do we really need to spend money to have people be oral history when we can just film these people telling their stories and stuff?
Haven't they had these things called historians for a few years now?
Yeah, it just seems like an awful big waste of money to try and give people a job,
But it depends whether these people who are being employed to do this are actually signed up members of the LDP.
Well, that's true too. I understand that a good history teacher can make history come alive, right? A person relating something to you There's value in that. But, you know, if you work in a museum or something, like if you go to the Peace Museum in Hiroshima, which is amazing, by the way, if you've never been, I understand it, but these people are going to be like, you know, go out to schools and tell these stories to school-age children, elementary school kids. And it just seems to me like they could better record their memories and then edit a video together and something that, you know, a better use of the time and money.
I don't know why they don't do something like they've had in Australia for friggin' countless years. They actually have there's organisations here called RSLs, Return Services Leagues, and it's basically for returned servicemen, and they administer all of the war memorials and stuff in Australia. And most of the time, when you get on a tour of the war memorials and stuff here, they'll be taken around by someone who's actually served in the armed services at one point.
Right. Well, that's the thing. These people are obviously getting up now to the age where they're going to die off soon. So, you know, they have to think of, you know, how else can we do this? Plus, in Japan, we don't have a Memorial Day where the people walk around with their medals and uniforms on. It's unseemly here.
Apart from the Yakusini shrine.
Yeah.
Well, people can't go to that shrine without getting told, "Oh, you're a warmonger," and people
Yeah. So when you go to Hiroshima, it's not about the war; it's about peace and, you know, this kind of thing. So it's a different vibe here, and I don't know. It just struck me as kind of an odd thing to spend money on. But anyway, the other big thing, of course, to do with Hiroshima is they're going to make some kind of statement soon. It's going to be the end of World War II. They're going to, I think, on the 22nd of this month, and Abe is supposed to make a big speech. And everybody's worried about what he's going to say, because some people think that Japan was not the aggressor in World War II, and that, you know, the whole comfort women thing, etc. So that's a big, this is the paper today, the English language newspaper, and you know, they had this whole panel that talked about the war, and this former prime minister says, that's all bullshit. We were aggressive. We need to own up to it. Just let's move on, you know. So that's kind of what's taken over the headlines here a little bit.
Oh, just sorry, I have an announcement, an apology from Ren. She's had to do overtime, so she can't make it. Yeah.
I don't even know what she does for a job anymore.
She's teaching. She still teaches.
Oh, is she? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
But she's back in Tokyo. But she says just got home from working mad sudden overtime, and she might have heat exhaustion. So that's not a good thing to do when you come on here when you're in that state. So take care, Ren, if you see this.
Yeah. Sorry we couldn't see you.
So Sean will now be Ren.
I hope the operation doesn't hurt.
Yeah.
I'm only the stunt got double for the regulars. Jeez, I can't be doing guests as well.
Oh, come on.
I wonder if we can get on a stunt.
Oh, God, it's a good thing Jason came on then, because I don't know shit about sumo, so you know.
Ah, yes, sumo. That's right. Yes, that was. If I look at my piece of paper, that was topic number 2, decided 30 seconds before going live. Correct me if I'm wrong, but.
That's right.
What are these? What?
Yeah.
What's that dude? What are those dudes with the ping pong paddles?
They're the referees.
Oh, okay. I thought they had some part in the game. I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm like half expected a ping pong game to start the first time I watched. I'm like,
They have the kimono and the hat, and they're called gyoji. They're the referees.
I mean, because I mean, essentially, it was a ritualistic bout, wasn't it? I mean, it's not.
What's that? What's that? It looks like they hand them like a stack of money when they win. It's like they get handed like some big stack of papers. Here you go.
They do. They get an envelope, and inside every envelope is 6 mon, which is about $500 nowadays. And half of the wrestler gets. Well, but I mean, Hakuho probably gets 30 of those envelopes, so you have to just do the math.
Oh, okay.
For one of his bouts. It's based on how many of the banners go around at the beginning, because there's no advertising on either the channel, or obviously they don't wear uniforms where they can put Nike or something.
It's NHK does the broadcast, so
right. So the sponsors, like say McDonald's wants you to know about their new burger, they literally make this banner and they walk it around the ring, and that's their advertising.
If they did endorsement, if the food companies did for endorsement for sumo, they'd go out of business.
Yeah.
This is the sheer amount of food those guys eat, like to keep themselves all fit.
So, Robert might know we have a Canadian that just started in sumo, and he's making some waves. He did well in his very first bout in Nagoya in July, and so he'll probably start being on TV next year. He's about 6'4". His name is Brody Henderson, and he's a big boy.
Are there many white sumo wrestlers? Like
well,
most of the foreign ones are either from Mongolia or something like that, right?
Right. We don't have any Americans, although the Americans tended to be Samoan and Hawaiian. We have some guys from Russia, some guys from Georgia, Bulgaria, so Eastern Europe, and this is our first North American in quite a while, a guy from Canada.
Yeah, I used to have a filtered version of NHK called TV Japan.
Yeah.
And on Sundays they would always have the sumo highlights, but that was $30 a month, and I thought,
hey, Mama San's here.
That's a lot of money to pay just to watch one drama a week, which is why I had it.
Yeah.
Now I can go to the Japanese bookstore and they have all the dramas there.
Oh, okay. That's cool. I wish I could watch more of that stuff, but over here, of course, nothing's subtitled, and my Japanese is not great. So
the only way I can watch NHK is that NHK World is on the internet.
Yeah, me too.
I found
well, YouTube basically. I just watched replays.
Yeah.
The Japanese drama you didn't
as well.
I mean, we have SBS, but I think
the
only channel.
It is good what you can get now on YouTube.
Oh, I think they have Japanese news on early in the morning on SBS, but that's not subtitled.
Well, there you are. That's practice for you.
Yeah, I remember I was in Yokohama. And
so the other ridiculous thing... go ahead.
Oh, no, I was just going to ask about your favourite wrestler, whose name escapes me.
Haramafuji?
Haramafuji, that's it, yeah. Yes. Have you heard anything about his condition?
No, I haven't heard any updates. After the Basho, I'm going to make a video, actually. It's going to go up in about a week. We did find out that Kyoku Tenho, who was almost 41 years old, is going to retire.
Almost 41 years old, viewers.
I can't remember which
this is a panel here, accepting Sean, of people approaching 50 or over.
Well, right, but I mean that's old for a sumo wrestler.
Okay. Whose fight was that? I think I can't remember who it was, but one of the guys got thrown and he landed on his back on the edge. And he came up holding his elbow because I think
that's who we were just talking about, Haramafuji. He pulled out of the tournament in July. Yeah, he's got an injury, so we're hoping he'll be fit and back in regular form in September is the next bus show. So Kyoku Tenho is going to retire. So he would have gone down to the second-tier Jurio division, but he decided, he was going to retire. So that was a little sad. He's been wrestling for like 22 years or something ridiculous.
Mm.
And
I saw him. He was quite emotional as he walked off.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
Yeah.
He's a good guy, We'll miss him.
Yeah.
And and then Kota Shogiku, who we thought might have to decide if he was going to retire because he might not get 8 wins. You have to get 8 wins out of 15 chances. He got his 8th win on the last day, so he saved his rank and could go on being an Ozeki for another tournament.
How old's he? He'd be up in his 30s, wouldn't he? So.
Kota Shogiku is about 34, 35, which for a sumo wrestler, again, is...
Spring chicken. There we go.
Spring chicken.
No, I was going to say the ridiculous thing I read this week, I don't know if some of you guys read it, was about North Korea and how they're going to...
Yes. North Korea elicits laugh.
How they're going to change... Is it Pyongyang? Is that how you say it? They're going to change the time in Pyongyang by a half hour. So when everybody else is like 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock, they're going to be 9:30.
Because it's imperial.
They'll miss the show. That's no good.
Yeah. It's so ridiculous.
Damn them. And it wasn't Kimmy Boy getting some sort of peace prize or something as well.
I hadn't heard about that.
Yeah, I think there was some talk about some...
Indonesian Peace Prize.
Oh, no.
And that's it. That's it.
It's the Nobel Prize for amazing haircuts. No.
the Nobel Prize for pointing at stuff.
Yeah.
I think there's a whole subreddit of this Kim Jong-un just pointing at stuff. I could be wrong, but...
oh, man. How can you really take I suppose they'd probably ask the same question about Tony Abbott and Australian politics. But
I was watching the project.
Tony Abbott and Kim Jong-un in one sentence.
You know the project on Channel 10, right, Dean?
Yeah.
They did a whole cut last night of Tony Abbott eating things,
including the onion, the raw onion.
Right, Jason. This is how daft our Prime Minister is. He went to an onion farm, right?
Yeah.
He went to an onion farm and he ate a brown onion. And normally, if for the odd people that do eat onions raw, you peel them, right? No, not Tony Abbott. He took a bite, skin and all, of this onion, and he looked like he quite enjoyed it.
Then, of course, there's the whole sociopath, psychopath thing that was written up after that. The people with extreme cases of sociopathy and psychopathy.
That sort of stuff doesn't worry me. I voted for the person who had the best internet plan.
Well, yeah, but they tend not to have a developed taste. Their taste buds aren't as developed. So we both have a psychopathic, sociopathic Prime Minister and no internet.
Well, this tastes like water to me.
What are you going to say?
What is his term of office? Is it 4 years, or is it he can dissolve the diet?
We have around about every 4 years we have an election, but there's no limit to how many terms they can serve. They can keep getting re-elected until they drop off the twig.
Interesting.
I think the longest served Prime Minister was John Howard, wasn't it? Dean, he got re-elected like 3 or 4 times.
Yeah, it was something like 12 years altogether.
Okay.
Yeah.
Grief. Sounds just like Japan.
Which is ridiculous.
I moved to Japan in 2004 at the very tail end of Koizumi. Mm-hmm. And after him, we had like 8 different prime ministers, like one a year for the next like 7 years. It was crazy how often they dropped off.
And there's another side effect that, there's another thing that if the leadership of the sitting prime minister's party doesn't like what he's doing, they can have what is called a leadership spill, where all their members will vote who they want to lead X party, and then that person will be Prime Minister.
Okay.
They don't even have to be voted in.
Yeah, they don't have to be voted in, which is a pain in the arse.
Wow.
Again, sounds like Japan.
So what? Obama's what? Democrat, isn't he?
Obama
yes.
is a Democrat, yes.
Yes.
Yeah, so that's like him serving 2 years.
Okay.
Democrats not liking what he's doing and putting Hillary Clinton in as
Right. Yeah, that would not go over well in America.
yeah.
Doesn't go over well in Australia, but they still bloody will do it.
Man,
Basically,
we would have had a civil war years ago. We're just too damn lazy to do anything about it, and we don't have any
Yeah, I'm
guns.
too
So.
apathetic. It's sort of like
John Howard took away.
I always refer to it as the Simpsons monkey. You know, when Homer got the little monkey that that was meant to be for a disabled person or whatever.
There's a room in Parliament House where there's a bunch of monkeys at typewriters writing out all the policies for Tony Abbott.
It's a true story.
Like,
we've seen it.
And someone's like, we're like, oh, this is not good enough. You're like, whoa, whoa, and freaking start smelling poop.
Do that again.
Yeah, that's awesome.
There we are. Who needs a parrot? We've got Sean. If there's a quiet moment, do that noise again.
So every time there's a quiet moment, I'll start being a noisy monkey.
Yeah, who needs Google Effects? There we go. We've got Sean.
Robert, is it the same in Canada?
Yes.
About 4 years for your Prime Minister?
God.
Can they do the leadership spills like here?
Who?
Leadership spills. So can the party members vote for who they want to lead, and then they'll become Prime Minister, or is it different?
Yeah, it is. Whoever's the leader of whatever party becomes the Prime Minister if that party wins the election.
Yep.
That's an unfortunate thing, but for us, anyways.
And how about in Belgium?
Well, in Belgium we have an interesting system. We have 4 governments in Belgium. A country the size about the size of Wales. There are four governments. You have the Flemish government for the Flemish community. You have the French-speaking Walloon government for the French-speaking part of Belgium, which is the south of Belgium. You then have Brussels, which has a French-speaking and Flemish-speaking representatives, all amalgamated in one parliament. And then you have the federal government, which is supposedly for the entire country. So it's a proportional representation, and there was a point a couple of years ago, or 18 months ago, where there was actually no government. A government had been voted in, but there was so much dispute between the parties that no government was able to be formed, and for about a year there was no actual government.
I think for the last two, also probably the last 2 elections in Australia, we had what's known as a hung parliament. Only that was true. If you have a hung parliament, just lead all the pollies out to a gallows, and it's like, but no, we know it's. Yeah, I think it's where the margins are so close, and that's when both the 2 major parties go to all the independents and stuff and say like, oh, I'll give you a blowjob if you back us so we get the majority in the parliament. You know, it's like,
that sounds like Japan. There we go.
All right, so let me ask. Other than Sean, who's obviously a young person, the other three of you and I are over 40.
Indeed. Yes.
I am very excited. I am very excited about the new Star Wars movie that's coming out this Christmas.
Yeah.
Are the 3 of you also excited about it?
Hang on. You think I'm not excited about the new Star Wars?
No. But you're supposed to be excited about it.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You're a young
I'll
person.
I'll stay off your lawn, okay?
Okay. My 14-year-old son is extremely excited about it.
Okay.
I am less so. I'm like yeah, okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
When I was 11 and I went to see Star Wars and forgot my glasses and saw it anyway in the cinema, I was very excited. That was over nearly 40 years ago. So,
Yeah.
but yes, Ian can't wait. Robert, are you excited about Star Wars?
Well, I'm very interested because I kept up with Star Wars in the books after the movies,
Oh, okay. Yeah.
and so much has happened, and it's so well developed, and they're choosing to say, "Oh, we're going to start over." So all that is just gone by the wayside. So it's nice to see Chewbacca is still alive because he got killed off in the books, among many other people. So
I was just reading something on the old internet thingy about what's going to happen with Star Wars. Is that from this moment on, now that Disney has got their claws into it, there will be Star Wars. There will be a film a year, once a year, to do with Star Wars.
As long as they don't do the Frozen treatment to it, like. Do you want
Yeah,
to
they're
build
going
a
to do
Death Star?
spin-off movies, like a movie about Han Solo or a movie about Boba Fett.
Rogue One is going to be amazing.
Yeah,
I just hope they don't oversaturate because.
You don't want saturated Star Wars. We
can be thankful that J.J. Abrams is only going to direct one movie. And then they're giving it to someone else for the next one because if there's one lens flare, I'm going to shank the bitch.
I wouldn't count on that. I reckon Abrams will be back for the next one as well.
I think
Disney has come out and said he isn't.
Not direct it. Yeah, I think he's gonna be involved.
It's been announced he's not going to be in the next one.
Not going to direct it. Yeah.
I think it's still his production company. It's just some other mobs doing. Some other blokes doing the directing and whatnot.
Yeah.
Oh, rightio.
Let's hope the next guy doesn't have a. Let's hope the next guy doesn't have a hard on for lens flares.
Okay, I want to see a Star Wars mashup where the Enterprise gets thrown back in time.
Okay,
long time ago.
Okay. You really want to open up that can of worms?
And they just transport his ass out of there somewhere else, and he'll be like, "Yeah, I want to see that happen."
Man. Going by various episodes of The Next Generation, all right, I'm going to go super nerd here, right? Okay. Where they've gone up against people that have had lasers as their primary weaponry. It's like, oh, we don't have to worry about that. You know, they can see the shields all day long. So that's sort of what I think would happen. Like the Enterprise would sit there and go, oh, that's cute. They push the button and make them all go.
Yeah.
Good morning. Good evening.
Good afternoon.
Well, the movie that just opened here in Japan finally this past weekend was Jurassic World.
And it was amazing.
Yeah, I really liked it.
Japan. All right.
It just opened in Japan the past few days, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it generally takes anywhere from a month to 2 months for it to come from the States. Depending on what it is.
I saw it 3 weeks ago in England. So, yeah.
That Chris Pratt fellow is so dreamy.
Ain't it?
You heard it here first. Of 3 old dudes. Sean thinks Chris Pratt is dreamy.
Yeah.
He's beautiful.
Right?
Isn't that the new nerd girl thing? Chris Pratt, Chris Evans, and the other Chris that's
like
Captain America.
That's Chris Evans.
Okay, who's Captain Kirk?
I don't know.
William Shatner?
No, Chris, whatever his name is. There's the 3 Chris's now in all the big franchises, and they're all, I guess, dreamy.
You also got Chris Hemsworth.
Oh, that's right, and Chris Hemsworth.
Chris
Cannot forget Thor.
So there you go, 4 big Chris's.
Yeah,
so here's the real question.
You're welcome, rest of the world.
But here's the big thing. Who has not seen the Deadpool trailer?
Oh, that was great.
That is going to be fantastic.
I might have seen it a long, long time ago when Speed
No, it just came out.
out.
Okay.
Oh, the new
That
one.
was
No,
the
no,
test
not
footage.
Yeah.
That
So you
trailer
can
just
watch
gave
the
me,
new one.
that trailer gave me such a nerd boner.
Oh my god. So, you know I live in the Anaka, right? And I squealed so loud. Apparently my neighbor was in her yard, and I just heard her go, "Nanikore!"
It's just a Marvel film. It's just a Marvel film.
What did Bodhi and Kyoji do when you started screaming?
Oh, they're used to it.
I was just watching Marvel again. Yeah, no, it's just terrible.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
Oh, it was a pup.
For once,
That's cool.
a movie studio making a Marvel film, apart from Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man, have made a good choice for who is portraying their comic character. Because
They've been making good choices. Marvel has on characters.
Just to qualify that, sort of the Fantastic Four. If they made such a brilliant choice about the Fantastic Four.
Okay, Marvel doesn't own Fantastic Four anymore.
Oh, right.
Sony does.
Yeah, that's
It's
Sony,
absolute
isn't it?
shit.
Yeah, that's why it's bringing out another one, because they've, like, Marvel said, oh, we'll buy it back, and Sony's just gone, like, friggin'...
Do they own the Hulk? Oh.
Yeah. Well, and Spider-Man. They don't technically own Spider-Man yet.
There we are.
Yet.
They released
that might have been
some
what
rights
it was.
to Spider-Man.
Yeah,
but
they're going
not
to try
all
and
of
get him
them.
in Civil
And they
War.
still
Maybe
have the
they'll make an
rights to
appearance.
X-Men, and they still have they're not going to give back Fantastic Four, which sucks because I've been watching these reviews on the movie, and they're awful.
Mm.
I mean, like, not a single person has voted over 3.
Yeah.
Oh, I saw because I was at my mate's comic shop, and there's a Guardians comic that's just come out. It's got Silver Surfer with Groot on the surfboard. I'm like, that's awesome.
Did anyone catch the joke that they did in the Deadpool trailer about his super suit? Don't let it be green and CG'd. You know that was a play at him doing Green Lantern, right?
Oh, totally.
I got a lot of people to get that, but that's what he got picked on.
I like that line. It was like, I bet you're wondering why the red suit, so people don't see me bleed. You got to give it to this guy. He brought brown pants, and he looks down.
He said that in the game. That's what he said that in the game, which made me happy. And he sucked up the freaking pistol smoke like he does in the games and in the comics.
No, wait a minute. Just to sort of get back onto the Japan thing here.
Yeah.
That's Jason. I mean, we're rambling on here, or those of us who watch Marvel films, are rambling on enthusiastically about Marvel films. Is there such enthusiasm amongst the Japanese community for Marvel films?
Yes.
Jason?
Well...
No, in Tokyo there is.
I mean, do they make money? Is that what you're asking me? Like, do regular people...
do they have such fervent fans?
Well, I'll tell you, when I talk to them about them to my students, and I now teach at university, they really don't know them very well. They're doing a lot in the advertising for Ant-Man, for example, to connect him to Iron Man, so they know that it's sort of part of a shared universe. Some of the films have done a little bit better. The Avengers films have done pretty well. But the shoot-off films, the individual films tend not to do so well. Nobody here, a film that's like, not visually, what am I trying to say, verbally funny, like Guardians of the Galaxy had a lot of wit to it, I thought. That doesn't go over in translation as well, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
I think you can't do Japanese game show humor in Guardians of the Galaxy.
I think there's certainly a fan base, but you can't go anywhere. For instance, you can go into any Barnes & Noble in America and read translated manga. You cannot go anywhere in Japan except maybe a few select shops in like Tokyo or maybe Osaka and find an Avengers comic book or something like that, especially translated into Japanese. You might find it as an import.
Unless the storyline specifically tied to the movies, you won't see anything translated.
Like,
everything I've ever seen has been for not Guardians or anything like that. It's always been for the Avengers or Spider-Man.
Yeah,
Spider-Man's
Spider-Man.
really
Yeah.
popular.
So, I used to buy a lot of stickers when I gave, prizes to my kids when I taught elementary school. And if I tried to buy franchises that were really popular in America, like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles or some of the Marvel characters, the kids would just be like, eh. They didn't really know.
I think some of the more.
Batman and Superman, they knew. Those were, and Spider-Man.
I think some of the better like comic book related like figures come from some of the Japanese companies.
Oh, totally.
Some of the better ones.
Absolutely.
I don't know if, can't remember if Good Smile did one. I think Good Smile have done a couple of, what do you call it?
You can go into hobby shops here and find like really amazing like 12-inch, Batman and stuff figures.
Mm-hmm.
They're amazing.
What about that guy kicking around in Chi Batman?
Yeah, on his Batpod.
Yeah, that thing's cool. I want one.
We have a Spider-Man in Roppongi.
There's a great. What about Spawn? Is he big over there, or is it?
No.
It's a little bit before I got here. Yeah.
It's a little eccentric. That Spawn's not even that popular in the States anymore.
You'd probably see a few Harlequins. You'd probably see a few Harlequins getting around Harajuku, but that's probably what they're just not realizing they're looking like Harlequin dressed up.
There is some that purposely dress like Harley Quinn.
Yeah.
There is some because I've stopped and asked and like talked to some of them, or they've stopped and talked to me, but I mean you're gonna find it, but anywhere outside of like Tokyo and like major areas like Shibuya and Shinjuku, and like the nerd areas like Nakano and Akihabara, no, you're probably not gonna find any kind of fandom.
Yeah.
The big movie news this past weekend in Japan was there's an incredibly popular manga and anime here called Attack on Titan.
I love it.
And
sorry.
Yeah,
sorry,
and they made a live action. They made a live action movie of it with real people, and the reviews have been pretty scathing. And a lot of it has been like, why didn't you, this is going to be popular. Why didn't you spend some money on decent CGI, et cetera, et cetera? And the director was like, hey, we're not Hollywood. We're not, if you want those movies, go watch Avengers or something. This is what we do.
Most of the things have been in like from like 2chan and stuff are like, why didn't you have Gaijin do all the freaking Gaijin, all the people that are blatantly Gaijin? Because apparently, to my knowledge, I think the only person in Attack on Titan who is Japanese is Mikasa Ackerman.
Well, because they obviously have to speak Japanese in the movie, right?
Yeah.
I mean, not that they can't find some Gaijin actors who can speak Japanese, but, come on. Yeah,
it would have been very difficult.
Yeah,
That's
I would
just
think
people being assholes.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with that.
If Hollywood got a hold of it, they'd probably do it that way, but...
I don't pay attention to bloody reviews anyway.
We see what happens when Hollywood gets a hold of films like this.
I figure critics are just paid to win, bitch and moan, so I take their reviews with a grain of salt.
Well, most of these reviews weren't just for critics. There was a lot of fans that were mad.
Yeah. I think that's part of it too. Yeah. Unfortunately, the Japanese film industry is such that there's not a lot of subtlety anymore. There's not a lot of drama or comedy. It's a lot of manga adaptations, and it's a lot of anime like Doraemon or Pokemon getting a big movie, and that's what the people go and see. And movie theaters here, especially in the Inaka, are very few and far between. And I drive 2 hours to go to a movie theater.
Good grief.
Oh, good grief. That sucks.
And,
where are you?
I'm in Shimane-ken.
Okay. Holy
which
shit.
Which is the rural of the rural.
Oh, interrupt. I have a message from Tomoko Des. She's just got home after being out with Victor and whatnot. She just says wants to say hi to Jess and Sean and Jason, but she can't. I asked her to join, but she's just got home, so she can't. So.
No.
Oh.
So yeah, the homegrown market for movies, you get the occasional one that's got kind of some substance to it, but to be honest, a lot of it's aimed at children, and a lot of it's very disposable. It seems like. I mean, you get the really good Studio Ghibli stuff sometimes, but their movie industry here, unfortunately, is not great.
I saw that movie. It was released probably the start of the year or late last year. AN No Zero, about the Zero pilot.
Yeah,
That was
that did
good.
really well here. Yeah, that's definitely got like a whole rack at the video store, which we still have video stores in Japan. I still go rent DVDs.
Wow.
Yeah, we're finally getting Netflix in September, so we'll see how that goes.
Don't waste.
Well, they've just got that in Australia as well.
If it's anything like the Australian Netflix, it's going to suck balls. It's got some content, not as much as you'd find. Like, it's got House of Cards and Orange is the New Black, but all of the other stuff you don't really find. Like some of the movies, it's actually got a pretty good selection of martial arts movies. It's got like.
How much is it in Australia?
$9.99 a month.
That's not so bad.
So it's about the same. It's about the same price.
Yeah, I mean, I'll definitely get it here in Japan if it's easy to get out where I am. I have Apple TV, so I'm ready for it. But we'll just see what the selection is like. For me, it's got to have enough English language content to make it worth it. Because like I got Hulu Japan for a while, and it was so much.
That shit sucked.
Japanese content, which is
most of the local content for Netflix Australia is all freaking comedians. Shit, I'm like, freaking, why they got this shit on? These guys aren't funny. It's like,
and none of them are funny. That's the problem.
Lucas says the internet connection in Japan is so good you wouldn't have any problems with lag. But is this true?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm not. I
okay,
don't know how to roll it out.
Greg.
I love my internet. I'm gonna cry when I go back to the States. Freaking Comcast again. Oh.
Just spare a thought for us poor Australians.
Yeah.
It's.
Then the Philippines have it worse though. Didn't Lucas have it worse?
Oh yeah, it's a little bit. It's about a little bit worse than Australia.
Is it sort of dial-up worse?
Yeah.
I pay about 7,000 yen a month for my internet. I don't know if that's expensive compared to America or Australia or
It's expensive.
Canada.
It's not expensive. It's not.
7,000 yen is about $55.
Yeah,
That's
right
cheap.
now. It's like $65 right now.
Yeah, well, Australia's.
I'm not quite sure what John McKay is on about. He says, "Hey, fuck you, Canada is funny."
Okay.
Stay on topic, John.
Yeah. No, that's cheap. I mean, I pay $80 a month, but that's unlimited everything. I can even make phone calls to mobiles and all that.
Oh, okay.
Oh, so that's why I never hear you. That's why I never get a phone call from.
No, I don't understand. I should ring you. I get 100 minutes international phone calls as well.
The fastest you can get that's not NBN in Australia is about 20 megabit a second, and that's like a friggin' sparrow. That's a sparrow's fart compared to bloody what you can get in Japan.
Yeah.
Hey, Walking Casino.
Yeah, the only reason I'm with TPG is because it's probably the best deal in Australia at the moment. Whereas if I wanted something more stable, which I would like, but I'm not paying $120 or $130 a month with Telstra. That's just that's way too much for me.
Yeah,
Can't afford it.
I just watch YouTube, basically.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
The television hardly ever goes on.
I mean, we can do this the HD streams here, but if anyone else gets on the internet, you're gonna friggin' start getting all pixelated.
Yeah. Yeah, I have.
Let's see. I think in the States I got like 20, 30, whatever. It wasn't a lot, and you paid about $50 to $60 a month, depending on who you were going with for just the internet.
Wow.
Right.
And here I get 186.56 Mbps download and 95.83 up, and I pay anywhere from 45,000 to 55 a month.
So that's about $40.
Less than me.
Yeah.
Wow.
You've been
Somebody's
very
Somebody's dying,
Never
Dean.
quiet, is it?
So some screaming going on in the background there. She just heard that you've got so much upload speed.
Yep.
No, I know it's Mrs. Bennett running out with the knife, isn't it?
Probably. Either that or she's being attacked by the parrot. Fucking hell.
Lucas says in the Philippines, 50
15
megabytes a second.
Oh,
MB, yeah, that's probably like what,
that's
500 kilobytes a second.
How are you able to watch us?
Pretty
Lucas?
sad,
This is
Lucas.
amazing.
Yeah, that's pretty sad, Lucas.
Oh, I'll never move there.
How is it in Australia right now? It's winter, right?
It's cold, damn cold.
Is it
I
cold?
wish I was there.
Yeah, it's way too hot here.
It is.
Yeah, Sean's
I'm
having short weather right
from the
now.
south. I am used to the humidity and the heat, but I hate every last second of it. Every summer, I swear to God, I'm gonna die.
Well, the big difference, people in Japan will always tell you this, is that we don't have central air and we don't have insulation. So my room here is perfect because I have an air conditioning unit right there. But if I go out that sliding door to my kitchen, or if I go to the toilet out that door,
The toilet's the worst.
it's 30 degrees, it's 30 degrees C outside this room. So it's ridiculous.
During like July and August, when the humidity gets its worst, going into the toilet room is like walking into a sauna.
Yeah, it's just insane.
Free.
I hope it has good ventilation.
How's Belgium in
My
the
house
summer?
isn't
Is it
that
hot?
bad.
It's Dave,
8
Dean, I'm
degrees
not
here.
moving you.
trying to have a conversation here. It's warm. I mean,
Yeah.
it's hot. Hot is a big word. I mean, it's been 30 degrees and so on. Thanks, Jess.
Mama-san has spoken.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sitting here sort of sweating under my hat, and that's because it's about it's 23 degrees outside, which is quite reasonable, 23, 24.
Yeah.
But inside here, because I've got lots of big windows, it's like a greenhouse, and I've got no. It's about 28 degrees in this room. So
Do you have air conditioning in the house?
No, I can't afford that. No, I mean for the 3-4 weeks or 8 weeks a year where it gets unbearable. I just sort of make do with sleeping in it all together on my bed.
My parents are from England, and they used to have a little cottage out near Wales. If I would go visit them in the summer, after my dad retired and they moved back, they didn't have air conditioning either.
It was funny, like
So-
all of the
Yeah,
people.
but you wouldn't need that in Wales. I mean, you need a
Well,
jumper in the summer.
I kind of had a laugh about all of the Brits and that having it's so hot this summer. And I was looking at the temperatures they're going, like, oh, that's cute.
Well, it is, yeah. When I was in England
almost
2 weeks ago.
30. Oh, everyone's going to die. And I'm like, yeah, that's cute. Call us when it gets to 40.
It was nearly 22 degrees in England last time when I was there 3 weeks ago.
Oh, shit. It's like, call us when, I think the hottest it's ever been in summer in the southern states, where it's a lot more temperate than up north. It's gotten to like 46, 47 degrees Celsius. And yeah,
Crazy. I'm so
40
surprised
degrees is an average day.
they have the Australian Open there in January, because you see the people and they just look like they're dying. playing tennis in that weather, you know.
Oh, when they have the Japanese Open, they don't have that during the summer, do they?
They play
Well,
cricket.
No,
They
but
have
guess
a
what?
grand-
What else we're having in the summer? The Olympics.
Yeah,
2020 Olympics.
in July and August. It's gonna be ugly. Yeah, that's the other big topic everyone's still talking about is the logo. I don't know if some of you saw it. It kind of looks like a T with a round red
from
ball.
a Belgian theatre.
It was horrible.
I
It was so
saw that. I saw that and I'm like, oh, the 1980s cool. They want their designs back.
Yeah. It was just. I really hope they redesign. I mean, regardless of whether
Oh, they're
ripped it
redoing
off,
the building.
yeah, and then the stadium. You know, whether they are going to spend all this money on
I
it.
don't know, have they announced the mascots yet? Because I'm expecting some really wigged out mascots for the Japanese.
Yeah, I hope we get some cool mascots. No, they haven't yet. No mascots yet.
But we're
There's
gonna
be
have
some wigged out shit. Man,
I mean, we are the land of
I wouldn't-
mascots, so.
Ain't that the
I
truth?
wouldn't be surprised if some freaking tentacle monsters comes out. Hey, look which is their mascot, you know.
No, they
we
would
like
not
that,
do
yeah.
that. They
Is that
wouldn't do
Dean posing, or is that his static picture when he's not around?
Who what?
Do you see Dean?
Yeah, I think he's muted himself now.
Oh, okay.
Because it's not giving me the option. Yeah, he muted himself.
He's probably having some kind of like domestic.
Don't you have to unmute yourself anyway, regardless of whether it's.
Yeah.
No, well,
Yeah.
I have the control room here. I have the power.
Now let me ask you a teaching question. I don't think any of you are teachers, other than me. Maybe. But
Yeah,
let me
I
ask
teach
you this
things,
question.
But they're not humans.
If you were going to teach someone the English alphabet and they're a small child, would you teach them the uppercase capital letters first or the lowercase letters first?
I don't know.
Ooh.
Everything I've seen
Uppercase.
kids
Both at the same time.
Yeah, I was gonna say everything
because
I've
they're
seen.
easier to draw.
Yeah, I was gonna say everything I've seen little kids write, like letters and stuff. It's all been uppercase, so you know.
Okay.
I don't know.
My daughter learned uppercase and lowercase at the same time, but
Right.
she had an easier time drawing uppercase than she did lowercase.
Mm.
Especially
Yeah,
for like
lowercase,
B's and D's.
Mm. Uppercase is largely lots of stripes, and lowercase is like.
Yeah.
What do they? What do they do in Japan? Do they
Well, obviously,
lowercase, uppercase?
they learn the hiragana first, and then they learn the katakana,
Mhm.
and then they start learning kanji. Yeah.
But if
they
they're
start
learning,
Oh, I'm sorry. You're talking about
learning-
English, right? So this is my
Oh,
conundrum. I have a 9-year-old and a 10-year-old, and I've kind of, we've done flashcards. They recognize the letters now, and I'm kind of to the point where to really progress, I need them to be able to spell easy words like dog or bed, and they have to be able to write in order to do that, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
So, do I start them on the lower or the uppercase? So I'm at that point.
Because I have
make
a
up some
5-year-old and a 9-year-old as well.
Right. Can I
Make
just
up flashcards
interrupt a second here? I mean, a special announcement. Hi, Mikey Chen. And tomorrow you get one from Tokyo Tonight. There you go. Hi, Mikey Chen.
Okay.
And Mikey
so-
Chen's is capitals.
I don't know. My advice, Jason, make up the flashcards with both.
Well,
Upper
I
and lower.
do, but this is them writing. This is me giving them homework.
Start with the
Okay.
big ones because that's what they did with my 5-year-old. She just graduated kindergarten, and they did start. They emphasized more on the big ones in the things, the tips they sent home with the parents and stuff. Because, like I said, the B's, the D's, the U's and the W's, like this lowercase, they mix them up a lot easier on the small ones.
Right. And Kron
But
in the comments is saying he teaches elementary in Japan, and in 5th grade here they teach uppercase, and 6th grade they teach lowercase. So there you go.
Yeah.
6th grade. That's just
That and when you look at a keyboard, it's all uppercase.
6th grade. Is that what middle school?
That's true.
Maybe that's why
6th
kids are so loud
grade
these
is
days.
the end of elementary school in Japan. The end of primary school here. 7th grade would be the start of middle school in Japan.
Mm.
Oh wow, that's late.
And they break them up into different schools. So what? So they have like first, second, and third for
Well, I
each
guess
type level
not.
of school.
We start middle school 6th grade in the U.S.
Yeah, it's about the same as the U.S.
Yeah.
Yeah, the difference here is in America, some high schools are 9, 10, 11, and 12, freshman, sophomore, junior, senior.
Mhm.
And here, middle school is 7, 8, 9, and high school is 10, 11, 12.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay.
So
So elementary
Okay.
is what 1, 2, 3. Then what's it?
1, 2,
4,
3,
5,
4,
6
5,
is what?
6.
Because it's also a working age thing, because you're not required to go to high school here in this country.
That's true, but like 99% of the kids go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
99% of them go, but also once you're graduating the 9th grade, you're also legal enough to go get a baito, a part-time job.
Don't they have
Right.
junior highs? Then they just have normal high schools after that.
Yeah.
Right. So elementary is 1 to 6. Middle
Mhm.
school, junior high is 7, 8, 9, and high school is 10, 11, 12.
I'll tell you, it's amazing the difference, though. Like, especially the
senior high is
girls.
then what?
Like,
That's
when they
strange.
go from the middle school to the high school, I watch them change, because I have a big high school near me and a middle school near me. And I'll see them, like, in middle schools, all I ever see is the same girls going for sports activity all the time. Beefy, not wearing makeup girls, like, look like they could deck half the guys in their class. And then a year later, I see that the uniforms change and they're going to high school and they're wearing makeup, they're girly looking.
Well, they're not allowed to grow their hair a certain length. They're not allowed to wear jewelry or makeup or wristwatch, a necklace. In middle school, it's very, very strict here.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, I've seen some of them doing it for ours, so that could also be a region thing.
Yeah. And then high school, they generally free up a little bit.
Yeah.
They're still not allowed to dye their hair and certain other stuff. No piercings.
They don't allow
do they,
piercings in high school either.
No.
Kindergarten, do they have that in Japan?
Yeah. Yep. That's before first grade, so that's when they're about 5 years old.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
See, some of my grandkiddies have already started. They're 3.
Yeah.
But
We have
that's because
That's pre-K,
the
that's not
indigenous.
kindergarten.
before. Oh, we have creche, which is usually what, friggin' 3 to 4, or 3 to 4, and then we have kindergarten, which is 4 to 5. Then 5 is prep. Then we have grade 1, 2,
yeah.
3, 4, 5, 6. Prep to grade 6 are in a primary school, and then we got high school, which is 7, 8, 9, 10. And then depending on where and what type of school it is, it'll have like senior high school, which is 11, 12.
Oh, okay. That's a little closer to the British system, I think.
Yeah.
Well, there are some like private schools that go straight from prep to 12 all in the one school.
I'm actually applying for a new job in Kobe, which I hope to get, where I'll be teaching at a combined junior high school, which will go from 7 to 12. And it's all girls, so that'll be an interesting challenge.
Will this mean having to commute a lot or just or move?
No, move. I've been in Shimane for almost 10 years, so I'm ready to go to a big city.
Yeah. And have fast food and movies and
people around and stuff like that, and young people. And
do they do fast shows in Kobe? Or is it
I
only like
have
the big city?
no Starbucks in my town, no movie theater, we have one McDonald's, no Kentucky Fried Chicken, all the things.
I'm Japanese.
I am the countryside.
Do they have sumo
Do you
in
have
Kobe?
pachinko?
Of course, everywhere has pachinko. The Yakuza see to that.
Man, I've watched that on people playing that. Man, I just do not get it at all.
I don't either.
I don't get it. The door's open and I walk by. I'm here, and you go death.
And the smoking. I mean, it's just completely smoke filled. It's just nasty.
Well,
I know some of you smoke. I apologize, but for me, that's just from California, where smoking is simply you're you're zapped into, like a laser beam comes out and kills you if you smoke in California now. It's like Logan's Run or something. The evaporators on the ground and they come by. Yeah.
Oh Lord, I was in San Francisco for a little while, and they're not playing.
Yeah.
The damn pollution and shit. Well, the taxi driver was bragging about it coming down.
Yeah.
Do they have sumo in Kobe, Jason?
They don't have a home basho, like an official basho, but they have one in Osaka, which is like an hour away from Kobe.
Mm.
Oh, you won't know what to do with yourself.
I will be in utter Jason heaven.
I need to say goodbye, people.
Ah, yes, you have a plane to catch.
Okay.
This
Yes,
man
I
has
have
a plane to catch. I shall try and remember to post.
I'm headed to Little Rock, Arkansas.
Little Rock, Arkansas, nice.
That's not in America.
America. Yeah, America.
Give our special greetings to Sarah,
Yes.
who is my
Let's
official
remember-
my official stand-in.
Just remember some words that could save you. Hands up, don't shoot.
Well, stay flight,
dear.
Robert. Take care.
Yeah,
Okay.
have a good one, mate.
Bye, all.
See you, Robert. Be in
See you,
touch.
Robert. Oh, yes, Simon. It came.
Oh, there's my postcard. Yes.
The postcard, yes. Yes, thank you very much.
England, about a month late.
Even, it smells British. I
smells
don't know what
British.
it did to it, but...
Well, yeah.
So-
I sent two to Japan. I sent two to America, two to Canada, one to England, one to Australia, and the Australia one got there last.
Yeah. It probably sat in the post office for about 3.5 weeks. Not only is our internet slow, so is our postal service.
So briefly, you've got one person in Belgium, one person in Australia, one person in Canada. How did the three of you meet, and how did the show begin?
Have you ever heard of Comical Rainer?
Yeah.
Right, Comical Rainer started it all. Basically, she was our birth mother. If you like.
Okay.
She had a show. She did a regular show every Wednesday, and on top of that, she did a show on Sundays with Mexican Samurai.
Okay.
And, me and Dean and Robert were just part of the audience at that stage, and she did a Christmas special, and very dedicated members of her audience were invited to, if they had a webcam and a computer, to join the hangout. So I promptly joined, and Robert and Dean joined, and a whole bunch of people joined. At that point, we didn't know who was joining or what, or who everybody was. And there was Comical Rainer and Mexican Samurai and Jake Knowlton there as the sort of like the hosts and supervisors, and me and Dean and Robert and a bunch of other people appeared on the show, and I thought, this is fun. Wouldn't mind trying this. Who the hell can I do it with? Because all these, apart from Dean and Robert, the other people were like 20 years younger than me. So I approached them sort of through YouTube at that point, because I wasn't on Facebook, and said, "Do you fancy sort of doing a live show?" And
You fancied it?
Yeah, surprisingly they said yes. So that was 3 years ago, and
Wow.
Yeah.
and we've been doing it every Saturday ever since. So.
That's great.
Pretty much. They've been doing it more than me because...
Yeah, I'm Dean's replacement.
Yeah,
Usually.
Jess is Dean's. Jess and Sean are Dean's standard stunt doubles.
Yes. Having young grandchildren and a needy family, sometimes I just can't make it. But
And sometimes his internet gives up, so that we.
oh yeah. Since we moved, though, the internet's been quite well behaved. Generally, not always, but sometimes.
Yeah, my net's taking having a poop at like no bandwidth at all. I'll have to restart my modem again.
Jason, you're doing lives now. I mean, I've noticed that sort of.
I switched. Yeah.
your channel is now is almost exclusively live material.
Yeah.
I mean, you were mostly on webcam before, so it's not too much of a big step, do you think, to do?
No, no. I've done I dabbled with it a little bit, and I just got to the point where, when you've lived here for a while, the bloom is off the rose as far as like, wow, look at this shrine or something, and then
Look at this
you can only make so many videos about like, hey, look at this neat cherry blossom or something. So it just got to the point where I found like I had a following on Facebook, other than Sumo, who do like to hear about Japan and see Japan, especially my Japan, because it's so different than like Hiko's Japan or even Victor's Japan. And so I come on and I do the show, and the way I made my bones on YouTube was talking about becoming a JET program participant, which is the teaching program that hires a lot of new kids out of college to come over here and teach. And so, every year there's new ones of those who have new questions and new concerns about coming over here to live.
Yeah, Emily does those too.
Yeah, my channel has kind of become evergreen in that sense. Those videos just always do well.
Well, yeah, I checked out your channel and I sort of like clicked on most popular videos, and it's sort of like the youngest was about 5 years ago.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I only get about 1,000 views maybe on my current.
God, did you hear that, Dean? 1,000 views. I got 20 views last. I got 20 views last week from my videos.
Well, I have like 13,000 subscribers. You would hope that I could some of them are still watching.
It would be embarrassing if you didn't get more than.
Yeah,
How many subscribers?
About 13,000. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I've been doing it since 2006.
Oh yeah.
So, that's a long time now. It's going to be 10 years next year.
Wow.
I've got 120.
My channel really is gonna surpass my main channel. I think coming up. Who knows? But yeah, it's a lot of fun, and I do my live show now kind of in concert with Hiko Simons. I do it an hour before his, so not on his coattails, but trying to sort of offer an alternative. He talks a lot about politics and butter, and I try to talk about some other topics that maybe he doesn't talk about, so we don't talk over too much.
We're always curious of what 2.5 Yards is going to talk about now that they've muscled in on our Saturdays.
That's right. What's up with that? At least they're going on at midnight. So.
Yeah, this is true. Yeah. We love them. We've been on their show. They've been on our show. It's all very mutual.
That's good. That's good. There's plenty of room in Japan for. I mean, all the new J vloggers. We're never
gonna get quite as dirty as y'all guys do.
No.
They've been rather well behaved.
Oh.
Yes,
they've been rather well behaved for the past 2 weeks.
Term of the week has not been on here for quite some time. I mean,
it hasn't.
That's
I think we ran out of terms. The Urban Dictionary only has so many.
Is that because Speed Gimp isn't watching as much?
No,
Probably.
Once Speed Gimp returns, sort of expect Phil and shoes.
There might be the occasional term of the week. Yeah, I mean, once you go through your Urban Dictionary, there's really you exhaust the disgusting ones pretty quickly.
Yes. I mean, we delve into the gutter.
And all that sort of stuff. So.
Yes,
it's funny. If you live in Japan, you really do lose your propensity for swear words because they have no meaning here and no effect. And I really do like
for yourself.
Well, unless you're talking to another American or something, but
no.
I mean, in my daily life, if I say fuck or shit or something, yeah, it doesn't mean anything. So I've lost the ability to swear.
I mean, that's the classic example is the word fuck on t-shirts over there, isn't it?
I'll have to say, if I ever had the opportunity to live there for an extended period, I'd have to buy like bulk amounts of how to use the word fuck book and just give them out to any
That's
Japanese
right.
friends I make.
Here you go. Here you go. Here you go. Yeah.
I like it. I use them a lot because if I'm like angry at something, I can say it in a crowd and no one knows what the fuck I'm
Yeah.
saying. So I don't feel as bad. It was funny. I had Grace from Texan in Tokyo over this weekend, and I took her onto the base, and she cussed, and she just like stopped. And I'm like, oh, I'm used to people not knowing what I'm saying, and I just cussed by a kid. Oh my god. Don't worry about it. You're on a naval base.
Yeah, I think you'd be
prettier
safe
words
there.
than that.
Did Ryosuke bring his poop hat?
No, he did not. It's okay. I got all of
so
them. Like, white girl
here's my other generational question.
Mm.
A spy with the initials, or spy or counterintelligence type person with the initials JB.
Yeah.
JB. Who do you think of?
My name is Bond.
Okay.
Yeah.
James Bond.
Yeah.
Dean, who do you think of?
I just said Justin Bieber, but I think I'm wrong.
Well, he could be a spy for Canada. We'll have to ask Robert. John, who do you think of?
James Bond.
Okay.
Yeah, I thought James Bond too.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just thought it was funny. I just saw the movie The Kingsman, and he names his dog JB, and the guy's like, James Bond? Michael Caine's like, James Bond? He's like, no. He's like, Jason Bourne? He's like, no. Jack Bauer. You know, like, that's the generational, thing. You know,
No, I love that. I love that show. Jack Bauer's boss. But he's not as popular. When you say counterintelligence spy, most people thought is gonna be James Bond.
Yeah.
And they've done a good job of making him youthful again with the new movie Skyfall and whatnot. So he's kind of relevant again.
Oh,
but,
yeah.
I thought that was funny.
He's been James Bournified. There we go.
That's right. That's right.
Jason Bourne, yeah, definitely. But Craig, what's his name? Craig Daniels? Was it Craig Daniels? Or Daniel? No.
Daniel Craig.
Daniel Craig.
That's it. Yeah.
I like that old spy show, the British spy show, The Avengers.
Oh yes.
Steve
he died recently, didn't he?
Yeah. So I just watched the episodes. Oh, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say I haven't seen the Kingsman. Is it Kingsman? Yeah,
it's really fun.
I want to.
Yeah.
But actually, I don't know why.
It's worth a rental, definitely.
Oh, okay. Well, in that case, I won't download it legally.
When I was in the States, I got to see Jurassic World and Inside Out and the Minions, because, I have kids.
I still...
That was your excuse.
But Inside Out was actually really funny. I like how animated films like that, ever since Shrek, are getting more and more adult jokes in there. Like, you see it in the trailer where he talks about, are there bears in San Francisco? And then, they're like, I saw a really hairy man. That's a gay joke. Because the big, cuddly guys are called bears.
Yeah. Bears, yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
What have we got
there? It was funny.
That's what it's called in Japan, Inside Head. And this is the Minions. I guess at some point in the movie they must go to Europe.
Yeah, they do. England. It was all right. I'm not a big Minion fan, but it was all right. But Inside Out was pretty good. There was a lot of good jokes. I mean, Lewis Black is playing anger.
That's pretty awesome.
What was that?
The Mask?
Yeah, that was Attack on Titan, right?
That was Attack on Titan, yeah, something they were giving away at the movie when I went and saw Jurassic World.
It was so good. That movie was so good.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that yet either. I must do that.
That's one you should buy.
Get going, Dean.
Oh, okay.
Did you see?
Sorry,
Did
sorry.
you see the movie of your homeland? Did you see Mad Max?
I
haven't
have
seen
seen
it
that. Oh,
Oh my
I
god,
loved
it
it.
was so great.
That was the
Oh,
best movie I've seen
I
all
was
summer.
really
hands down.
surprised.
you know,
Yeah.
I really was. I was
They
so
would've-
worried they would screw Max up and make him not half crazy, but they focused on his
Yeah.
insanity so well.
They
Yeah.
would have filmed that in Australia, but the locations they selected in Australia to film at had rain and all that sort of stuff. So when they went to show up
Snow, those things.
the film, it was just green.
Huh.
So they had to move it to Namibia.
Oh, did
Yeah.
they? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
One of the rare times that part of our country is green. It was
Usually
when they
usually
wanted
happens
to
after
shoot.
wet season.
Well, true, but yes.
It's like the
Yeah,
guys for places in Australia is Lake Eyre, and every wet season that thing's in like 3 feet of water.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, it was a really, really good movie. I can't wait to get the Blu-ray and watch all the extras. I like doing that stuff.
Yeah.
So do I. If I like a movie a lot, we
Yeah.
usually buy it.
What they call
When I
it in
first heard about
Japan?
It was
Mad
called
Max
Mad Max Fury Road.
Yeah, it was called. Yeah, it was Mad Max.
Okay.
Just in Katakana.
Mad Max.
Mad Max, yeah.
Mad Max. Yeah. No, when I first heard about it, I thought, oh no, but kind of like the Man of
Some of the action
Steel.
scenes
When I
were
first heard about that, I was like, oh no, it turned out to be really
Right?
good.
I have
I
hated
love
every
Man- I
Superman
love Man of
movie
Steel.
until Man of Steel. I have hated all of them until Man of Steel because Superman is such a cheesy character. He's not entertaining.
They did upgrade him, I suppose.
He's got red underpants on blue tights. I mean, what
But
what do you
Man of
want?
Steel was pretty good just because his dad was in it. He was a total badass.
I'm
The
really
new
looking
Batman-
forward to
The new Batman
v
Superman trailer, yeah, looks amazing.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I
it does.
hate Ben Affleck. I hate him.
Yeah.
I've heard from
From
every
the
rumor I've heard
bottom
he's really good
of
in it,
my
though.
soul.
I
generally
hate
like
Tom
it.
Cruise, but I've not seen. I can't stand Tom Cruise. But
Me
every
neither.
movie that I've seen of his has been really good.
War of the
like
Worlds was not good. War of the Worlds was a horrible film.
The new
Oh,
Mission
well, yeah, it
Impossible
wasn't
opens
like-
here soon.
Audience, what do you
Oh
think?
yeah.
I hate
How many people do we have?
I don't know. It's just I just don't like
they're
Ben
all still
Affleck's
there.
acting.
Three.
Whether they're awake or not is a
He
different
just-
matter.
I've got
I
a
don't
personal
generally
grudge against him.
But
He ruined
That's all.
Daredevil for me.
that's good.
That wasn't entirely
Ben
his fault.
Affleck, oh
I don't care.
And have you watched the Daredevil Netflix series?
The TV
Not
series,
yet.
that shit's amazing.
It was really good. Yeah, they really
It's
redeemed
really good.
themselves.
The
Yeah.
the superhero TV series, they're all pretty good. They're
Yeah.
on point.
So
yeah. Okay. I really enjoy the Flash.
Have y'all seen the video for Suicide Squad?
Yes.
yeah, I haven't watched that yet.
Oh yeah, that looks pretty good.
I wouldn't even know what it was.
Jared Leto is Batman as Joker,
Joker.
and
And
who
he is
plays
going
Harley Quinn?
to be, I can't remember her name. but-
Will Smith is Deadshot.
Yeah.
That's why I'm looking forward to that. I think he's gonna blow that one out the water.
Mm.
But I think
I
Jared
hope it's
Leto,
good.
with his grill and all, will make a very good Joker. Because that laugh in the trailer was on point.
All of the diehard DC fans have been really salty about having Jared Leto of the current
Because
Batman.
he-
I mean, not
yeah.
Batman,
Well,
Joker.
they did that with. They said the same thing about Heath
I
Ledger,
saw-
didn't they?
Mhm.
Yeah, you
saw
gotta
the-
wait.
I saw the greatest comparison. It's got like the friggin' 1960s Joker, LSD, Jack
Oh,
Nicholson,
yeah.
Yeah,
cocaine,
I saw
Shared
that.
friggin' Heath Ledger, heroin, and then it's got friggin'
Jared
Jared
Leto,
Leto's Joker,
meth.
acid or friggin' meth. Yeah, meth.
Yeah, weren't you the one that said on the comment when I shared that I'd like to see bath salts?
Oh my god.
Having
Ray says since the last two films he ever saw in the cinema with the first bit of The Hobbit and Logan's Run, he doesn't really have an opinion.
Logan's Run is an amazing movie.
It is. All you under 40, you've had it.
Where is it?
You get exterminated.
Didn't the actor that plays Ducky in NCIS play the guy from Logan's Run?
No, I don't know.
I'm pretty sure.
Michael York.
No, you're confusing. No, you're confusing. That's the chap from Man from U.N.C.L.E., David McCallum. No, he wasn't in.
Yeah.
He wasn't in
I'm
Logan.
pretty damn sure.
Michael York.
No. David McCallum.
No, it's Michael York in
Logan's Run.
No.
No. Michael
Richard
York.
Jordan, Michael York, Peter
Michael
Ustinov,
York. That's right.
and of course Jenny Agutter
Jenny Agutter. Yes.
from American Werewolf in London, Logan's
she was
Run,
great,
and
though.
Walkabout.
Oh, sorry. I'm thinking of the guy from what do you call it? Shag Me guy. What's his name? Freaking.
Yeah, he went on to be Austin Powers' mentor
Yeah, that's
in
him.
the Austin Powers movies. He was in this first.
Yeah, Michael York.
This is a great pre-Star Wars sci-fi film.
That is. It's a really good one.
I can highly recommend THX 1138 as a good George Lucas's first film. That's a good film.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a bit mind-fuckery, that one.
Yeah.
It's a good one.
He made a couple good movies. I mean, American Graffiti is a very good movie. I mean, he's a competent director.
Harrison Ford being better than Han Solo in that movie, I think.
Yeah, he's really good in it. Richard Dreyfuss,
Briefly.
good actors in it. Yeah.
Remember everyone when they re-released the Star Wars A New Hope, and they re-edited the cantina scene where friggin' Greedo shot first, and everyone got really mad. Started bringing out T-shirts and buttons like Han shot first.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Hemingway Gray says they had to up the age in the film to sort of mid-30s because Michael York looked too old for somebody in his 20s.
I think your crystal was supposed to go off at 21 in the book, and they changed it to 30 in the movie.
30. Yeah.
Yeah. So.
There you are, people. Did you ever? That's a cure.
Sorry, go on.
Cure for demographic problems.
Sanctuary renewal carousel.
Did you ever see the series that was a follow-up to that?
Oh no, I never saw that. I saw the Planet of the
No,
Apes.
I've heard about it. You could buy it on bootleg VHS tapes at Comic-Con, but I never did pay the money to watch it.
Wait,
Yeah,
what?
it wasn't bad.
What series?
Logan's Run, the
Logan's
series.
Run.
Yeah, in the mid to late 70s,
My
they
dad
made a
owns
TV
it.
show. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure you can get it on DVD now, but
Did it have a
Yeah, he has it on
long run?
VHS.
I think it lasted 2 years.
He was making
Yeah, it
a
was
pun.
2 or 3.
He was making a very lame pun.
There was
Go to the next one.
a movie that I love is Planet of the Apes, and they did make a TV show out of that, which was kind of funny.
Yeah, I used to watch that.
What do you feel about the
Back in the
new
day.
movies?
Oh, I love the Rise of the Apes and the Dawn of the Apes. I think those
Yeah,
are great
that's great.
movies.
Everyone
Yeah.
has complained about it. I'm like, my family all the time, like, this is crap. I'm like, this is amazing.
Well, because there
no,
was no
this one is-
statue of Liberty half out of the stand.
Yeah, we don't talk about the Tim Burton Apes movie. That's not allowed.
The what? Yeah, that was awful. I mean, at the time I thought it was actually quite good, but then in retrospect, about a year or two later, a year or two later, I watched it again, and I'm sitting there and I'm thinking, actually, this just isn't very good. And it had what's his face in it? Marky
Mark Wahlberg.
I cannot stand Mark Wahlberg.
Why not? He's so funny.
Oh, come on, no.
And in real life, he's really funny.
Have you seen?
In real life, we're really funny.
Not here. No, I can't stand the guy. Hey, has anyone seen the Transformers with him in it, Age of Extinction or whatever it was?
Hey, look, any Transformer movie, you do not walk in as a fan of Transformers. They're Michael Bay films. What did you expect?
Well, yeah, I know, but you know, because I'm such a huge Transformers fan from the cartoon and that, and my eldest son also. I've got a collection of the original Generation 1 toys and that, and my God, no. I was hoping with Grimlock that they would actually fix the whole thing, but they didn't. They just killed me. Oh, hello.
Yes.
I just wanted to do another Avatar movie.
Excuse me for a minute.
I just want James Cameron to do another Avatar movie already. I mean, it's too long since.
Yeah, he says he was going.
He's not going to.
He says he's going to film 2 at the same time. So there's a 2 and a 3. You know, but we haven't seen or heard much about it.
Yeah. Has y'all seen the trailer for The Last Witch Hunter?
Hello?
No.
Hello, Andy?
Hey!
Andy.
Oh, right. Somebody called Robert left the link for the after show on Facebook. So you're on live, Andy, now. Say hello to Jason.
I could be wrong, but it looks like you're still in Japan.
Yeah. I haven't made the announcement video yet, but admin fucked up my paperwork, so I'll be staying here for another couple weeks.
Oh. You surprised?
No. no, like admin, I'm not surprised.
At that point, folks, we would like to thank Jason and Sean and Jess and Andy for being our guests. We will continue on in the off-air after show, which apparently is now. If you go onto our Facebook page, and I shall post it on Twitter, you're free to join. There's a limit of 10 people. But for the moment, I'm going to press this red button here, and something may happen. And we shall see you next week. Thank you for joining.
Peace.
Goodbye.